Chapter 1. A Dangerous Thought. Pahom was a hardworking peasant. He lived a simple life in the countryside with his wife and children. One day, his wife was arguing with her sister who lived in the city. The sister praised city life, the shops, the comfort, the culture. But Pahom's wife defended country life, the peace, the fresh air, and honest work. Pahom, listening quietly, finally said, "We peasants would have nothing to fear if only we had enough land." That sentence was like a seed planted in his heart. From that moment, the idea took root. He believed that more land would solve all his problems. But he didn't realize some seeds grow into poison. Chapter 2. The First Land Purchase. Not long after, Pahom had the chance to buy a small plot of land. He worked hard on it and felt proud. He harvested good crops and paid off debts. For a time, he was satisfied. But soon, he noticed something. His neighbors let their animals walk across his fields. They didn't respect his boundaries. Pahom started arguing and even took people to court. He thought, if I had more land, I could keep everyone out. Then I would finally be at peace. But he was wrong. Land didn't protect his peace. It stole it. Chapter 3. A Bigger Farm, a Bigger Dream. Later, Pahom sold his small land and moved to a new village. There, he bought a much bigger farm, fertile, wide, and beautiful. At first, everything was perfect. He had more crops, more money, and more power. But over time, he grew restless again. If only I had even more land, I could plant more wheat. I could become truly rich. Then he heard about a faraway land owned by the Bashkirs, a simple tribe who lived freely and owned endless fields. They were offering land for an unbelievable deal. You can have all the land you can walk around in one day for just 1,000 rubles. Pahom's heart beat faster. As much land as I can walk in a day? This is my chance. He didn't hear the whisper of danger. Chapter 4. Meeting the Bashkirs. The Bashkirs welcomed Pahom with kindness. They laughed easily, lived simply, and didn't care much about money. Their chief explained, "You must start walking at sunrise. Wherever you walk, mark your path. You must return to the starting point before sunset. If you do, the land you marked is yours. But if you're late, you lose everything." Pahom couldn't believe his luck. He thought, I can walk many miles. I will make a huge square of land. But he didn't think about the cost. He only saw the reward. Chapter 5. Preparing for the Big Day. Pahom spent the night in a tent. He couldn't sleep. His mind was full of dreams. He imagined golden fields, big barns, and a house with servants. He smiled, thinking, soon I will be the richest man in the region. At dawn, he stood with the Bashkirs on a small hill. The chief pointed to the sun. The moment it rises, your walk begins. Pahom took off his coat, picked up his spade, and waited. The sun touched the sky. The race had begun. Chapter 6. The Walk for More. Pahom walked fast. The morning air was cool and he felt strong. He marked the land every few hundred steps with his spade. Soon he saw better land ahead. Just a little more, he said again and again. He made the first corner, then the second. But by the third corner, it was past noon and the sun was hot. He realized he had gone too far. Now he had to hurry back or he would lose everything. Chapter 7. The Desperate Return. The sun began to fall quickly. Pahom grew tired. His legs were weak. His mouth was dry. But fear pushed him forward. If I'm even a minute late, I lose everything. He threw away his coat and his water. His heart pounded like a drum. He ran and ran, stumbling, gasping, sweating. The sun was almost gone. The Bashkirs watched from the hill. They cheered, but Pahom couldn't hear them. In the final moments, he reached the hill. his face pale, his chest burning. He gave one final cry and fell face first into the ground. Chapter 8. The Final Truth. Pahom was dead. The Bashkirs stood in silence. They took a spade and dug a grave for him. It was 6 feet long, just enough to bury him from head to heels. That was all the land he truly needed. All his dreams, all his running, all his deals had ended in a simple grave. Final reflection. This story teaches a simple but powerful lesson. If we are never satisfied, we may lose everything. Pahom wanted land to protect his peace, but his desire destroyed it. He wanted more than he needed, and in the end, he paid with his life.